Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's Weekly Wednesday. My name is Amanda Walthart and you are here with Amanda's InspirationStation.com. So today I actually have a bonus card. Woohoo! I haven't done a bonus card in a while. Usually I just come on here every Wednesday and I do 2 cards. But this time I have a bonus card. Every once in a while I pull out 3 cards. And we are going to do the Hippest Hippos bundle, which both of these items are free with a $50 purchase in our Celebration mini brochure. So on page 4, you can get the stamp set with a $50 order, and then you can get the matching dies with a $50 order. I love this. This is so cute. I have 3 adorable cards that we are going to do today. We're also going to use the Stamparatus today. Now, because I have a lot of die cut pieces out, I did go ahead for the sake of the video and already die cut these items out. The only thing that I have not die cutted out were the hippos. So we will do those. But I do want to share with you all these fun pieces. There are so many pieces to this die. There's so many fun different things that you can do. I mean, seriously, the little umbrella, the glasses, the hearts, the goggles, the little buoy. It's absolutely adorable. Now, I want to show one thing though, because on this card, you're going to see that I have 2 pieces of this like water wave. Here is the water wave. I literally took a scrap. This is a scrap piece of paper. Okay, I took a scrap and I literally snipped off, because I had a little bit of extra on here. I just snipped it off so that it was edge to edge. I'm going to, what I did, and I actually already did this for the sake of the video. So here it is. I ran this through my cut and emboss machine like this, and I ended up with 2 pieces. Okay, here are my 2 pieces. And I literally am just going to flip it over and I'm going to use both pieces. I'm going to pop up some dimensionals, and that way it's giving me 2 layers of waves. So I did want to share that with you guys. All right, so let's get started with these cards because I had so much fun. Now you may notice this designer series paper, okay? Or maybe you don't notice this designer series paper. So this designer series paper, such fun colors, I love them, are actually a hostess reward. So in the back of your January through December mini, on the very last page, 86 and 87, there is this designer series paper called Celebrate Everything. It's all 12 by 12 paper. There are 48 sheets of it. It is gorgeous. So many wonderful patterns in there. Well worth using $15 host reward for this. Now, how do you get host rewards? You need to have either an order of $150 or multiple orders. Maybe you, your mom, your friend are all putting your orders in together to reach that $150, or you have a workshop. Either way, once you reach $150 in sales, you then can pick out this, because you will get 10% hostess rewards. And this is $18. Your hostess rewards would be $15 with a $150 order, but you can pay the extra $3, or your order may be $180, in which that would take care of that completely. Over here to the side, we actually have, so hostess reward starts with $150, you earn 10% in rewards. If your order is $300, you earn 12% in rewards. If your order is $450, or a little more, you earn 14%. Or anything over $600 or more, you get 16% hostess rewards.
Could you say that again?
No, Siri, I cannot. And then you also would earn a half off item. So it's completely up to you. Now remember, for every 50 and 50, that's $100. You're getting these 2 for free. So put in another $50 order, maybe some of the supplies that we're using today, And then you can have that paper for free as well. So something that we're using today, two things. We are going to be using the Stamparatus today. And we're also going to be using this background stamp called Rays of Light. So maybe these two items are something that you're going to add to your order. You can get the Happiest Hippos for free. You can get this designer series paper for your host reward completely free. And you would actually earn another free celebration item. Celebration is going on now through the end of August while supplies last. We already had our note cards, the soft sea foam and pool party note cards and envelopes. They are already gone, which is crazy to me how fast those went. So with that said, if this is on your wish list, I would highly recommend grabbing them now. All right, the other supplies we're going to use today, we're going to use some blends and a Wink of Stella, of course. We're going to use the dark sweet sorbet, and then we're going to use the combo, the light and dark of the smoky slate. We're also going to use Flirty Flamingo dark, and we're going to use Granny Apple Green dark. All right. We're going to use Memento ink because we are using blends, which is an alcohol-based marker. So we're going to want the Memento, not the StazOn. If you use the StazOn with the alcohol-based markers, it will bleed. You don't want that. And then we're going to use the Bermuda Bay ink pad for doing our Rays of Light background stamp. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with this card first. And let's go ahead here. I have all the pieces here. And I'm just going to lightly tap them off. We're going to start with our card base at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Now, you don't have to memorize this in the link underneath. There is a link. I have a free printable project sheet on all 3 of these cards today. You can just click that and print it. It has a picture of all 3 cards, the supplies that you will need, and it also has the measurements of all the cards. So completely free for you. If you are not a YouTube subscriber of mine, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 YouTube subscribers so that I can start doing some YouTube lives. Right now, this is a pre-recorded video, but I do pre-record them on Tuesdays and then I post them all on Wednesdays. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. I always put my stamp set on the back side of this because it makes it so it's even when I'm inking it up. But if you've noticed, I put my background stamp set to the edge of this line here, the first line. I just find that easy to line up my cardstock. So I have my base here, and I'm going to go ahead, and this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to get out my Bermuda Bay ink. Now, if you wanted to put a little tape here, you could. I wouldn't recommend maybe tape because washi tape, because sometimes that can rip. But you can use your magnets if you prefer to. I don't always use my magnets, especially with the background stamp set, because I feel like this piece of paper is large enough to do that I don't need it. Do not get your magnets too close or you'll end up breaking them like mine. Highly recommend putting a piece of painter's tape or washi tape around it so that they're easier for you to pick up. Just give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. My cat wants out and he's crying, so I'm just going to let him out. And of course, now that I let him out, he'll probably start crying to come back in, but that's too bad. Okay, so I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay and I'm going to just ink this side up. We're going to get it nice and inky, if that's a word. Inky, inky. All right, just like that. And before I actually press on it, I do want to make sure that when I come down like this, I'm going to be on it, and I'm going to be. So I'm going to set it down, and then I'm just going to apply some pressure, and I'm just going to kind of rub. Now, the greatest thing about a Stamparatus is that if I miss it, and I miss some pieces or it doesn't ink very well in the center, I can redo it and go down again, and it'll be on the same spot that it was before. That's what I love about this. This is great for background stamp sets. It's great for if you do multiple things and you just want to ink, stamp, move your piece of paper, ink, stamp. Like if you're doing card swaps, it's just a great thing. Woo, look at that. Voila. So I didn't get it all the way to the top, which is, so I probably should have moved it up a little bit closer, but you know what? That's okay. We're going to leave that because I don't have another piece cut. So we're going to leave it. It's fine. All right. So we have our inside piece. This is just a piece of white cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4. I always set it in the inside of my cards. Unless I'm doing my cards in white or vanilla, then I don't. But if I do them in white and vanilla as my card base, then I use the thick cardstock. All right, so I also have here Stylish Shapes dies. I'm using the second to largest stitched circle. And I also have the layering circle dies. This is the largest scallop. These pieces here are from that paper, and I just have them cut 2 by 3. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to place them down. I'm literally just going to kind of angle them like this. I kind of like the whole Mod Podge look sometimes. So I'm just going to kind of angle like that one. And then I'm going to place this one in the center. I do feel like I'm running out of Stampin' Seal here, so we're going to have to get some more. And then I'm just placing it like that. So I'm just layering all 3 of them. Going to get some new refill out because I have a feeling I'm going to end up needing that. All right, so let's stamp in the memento, the saying. We're going to do aw. You are really the best. So we'll stamp that in black off to the side like that. And then we're going to place this flat on top of the scallop circle, just like that. And I actually placed this flat too. Now I do normally love dimensionals. Ask anybody who really knows me, love them. But I want to pop this up instead. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on this, but we're not going to pop it up just yet because we haven't even done our little, hippos yet. So right now I'm just going to do that. And I'm also going to put on this big heart, that was part of the dies as well, I'm going to put a mini dimensional on the back of the big one. But on the little ones, we're just going to glue them on. And I'm going to show you what I use for that in a moment. Let's go ahead. Oh, and we're also using linen thread. I just already pre-made the bow. Let's go ahead and let's do our hippos. So for all 3 cards, I just pulled out a piece of white cardstock, basic white, and I'm going to actually stamp all 3, color all 3, die cut all 3, all at the same time, and then we'll have them for our cards. So I'm going to take each hippo and I'm going to ink them on this, just like that. I couldn't do 2 cards this week when there are 3 hippos. I mean, what hippo would I have left out? That would be not cool, and I didn't want to do that. So I decided not to. Now, I do want to share with you this hippo and this hippo. I did like his mouth and the belly light, and then the outside in dark smoky slate. But on this hippo, I did the opposite. The reason why I did that is because I actually wanted to see what it looked like with the opposite. So you can do your hippo however you want. It doesn't always have to be the same. And I'm just going to outline with the smaller tip end here. And then I'm going to come in with the lighter tip, and I'm going to do the lighter tip. I'm going to go around the eyes here on this one because I'm doing the light on this one. If it's a small area, I generally prefer the finer tip. However, if it's a bigger section that I'm coloring, then I prefer the more of like the paintbrush tip. So we're going to do that. And I know this is the point of the video that you probably wish I fast forward, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not really that tech savvy, but hopefully someday I will be. So I'm just gonna kind of go around here. And we're gonna color this in. I want to be careful because I don't want to color over the flower. And then, or the leaf of the flower. All right. And then I will take this bigger tip here and I'll just go in a circle here. I love how these blends, like, yeah, you can see the line when you're first coloring them, but then they just, once they dry, they just blend right in and you can't see any marker lines. I love that. All right, so we're gonna do the little leaf. We're going to do the flower in pink. And we're gonna come over here and do the little tongue in pink. And then we're going to do the tutu on this in the dark Sweet Sorbet. I love these hippos. I think they're so cute. So cute. And if you get a little outside of the line like I just did with that shoe, it's okay because we're going to die cut it out. It's not a big deal. And then I'm going to come in with the dark now, the dark smoky slate. And I'm going to make sure I go around the eye because I want to leave the eye part white. And we're going to go in like that. Go in like that. Okay, there's that one. All right. I'm almost done, you guys. I'm so sorry. Thanks for being patient on watching me color here. I know that that's kind of really need to, I try not to actually do a lot of coloring on my videos because of this fact, because I do not know how to fast forward it so that it's like boop de boo really fast. I really need to learn how to do that because I know that when I'm watching a video, I mean, I am patient and I will watch it, but just because maybe I know how it feels to not know how to do it, I don't know. All right. Almost done. Look at this. I'm almost done. All right. It's too cute. Now we have one more thing to do though on our, there, coloring is done. Thank you for being patient. Okay. So we're going to, and actually, you know what? I'm going to wait to do this very last, but we are going to use the Wink of Stella on the little tutu. So I have my mini cut and emboss here, and I'm obviously got a little extra white going on here. So we're going to put it on like this. And before I put my dies on, because I'm going to run this through all at one time, I have some washi tape here. And I'm going to make sure that I line them up. And then I'm going to put a little washi tape there. That way they do not slide. And I'm not cutting off things I don't want to cut off, because that has happened before. So we're just gonna, it's a little trick. I'm sure many of you probably know it already, but if you don't, I'm glad I just showed you something. It took me a long time to learn that trick. All right. And look at that. Voila. Here are our three little hippos. So cute. All right, so back to this card. We are using this hippo. Okay, so I'm going to place this hippo flat, and I'm going to place right about there, and then I'm going to peel off my dimensionals here for this little bucket, and we're going to place the little bucket right about there. And I'm going to add the big heart that I put the mini dimensional on, and I'm going to put that on the bucket. Now, for these two, you can do a couple different things. We have fine tip glue. I will be very honest. I love Stampin' Up. I have been a demonstrator now this month. I'm celebrating my 10 years. I love Stampin' Up. I have used Stampin' Up since 2001, so for a very long time. But every once in a while, there is a product that I am not a fan of. And that does not happen very often, I'm not going to lie. The fine tip glue is not my favorite. And I will tell you why. It's not because the glue isn't fabulous. The glue is fabulous. It's that I never can get the needle into the little hole of the fine tip glue. So I don't use it. I have it. This is the fine tip glue. But you have to get this needle into this little hole, and see, I pulled it out. Now I'm probably not going to be able to get back in. I just have a very hard time getting that back in. Oops, I just did it. I can't believe I just did that, because honestly, it doesn't work well for me. If I'm doing little pieces like this, I may do a little dot of the multi-glue, or I have this, which is not Stampin' Up, so I'm totally sharing something that's not Stampin' Up. This is called a quickie glue pen. I got this on Amazon, and I'm literally, it's a pen. It's like perfect. I will put the link below for you, and you can, for Amazon, and you can just, I don't need to put a needle. It comes out just like the other glue, but I don't need to put a needle in there to shut it. All right, so there's our first card. Love it. I do wish I went over a little bit more, because I noticed that, and that makes me a little sad, but super cute card. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do this one next, because that's the order I have it in. All right, so this time we're doing Pool Party as our base. Same base, 5.5 by 8.5. Score it at 4 1/4, or just fold it in half. But use your bone folder to varnish in that crease. This time we're going to make our card go, well, actually all of our cards are going in the same direction. So I have two pieces the same measurement, 4 by 5 1/4. One is the white inside. So again, we're going to place an inside, and if you wanted to stamp like a little flower or something on the inside, or stamp a little image on there, you are more than welcome to. I left them blank only because I have so much going on the front. Oh, there we go. I knew that was going to happen. All right, so good thing I brought this out, huh? Here's a little, so I have my Stampin' Seal refill. There is only one way that this can go in. So you have your 2 holes on one side. There's no holes on this side. So again, it can only go in one way. There's the 2 holes on here. You're going to place it like that, and then you're going to snap that shut just like that. Now to get it started, you're going to want to take your finger like that and just get it started. All right. All right, so we're going to place the smoky slate piece flat, and we're also going to place the designer series paper that is 3 by 3 1/4 by 5 flat. Remember, these measurements are on the printable project sheet. All right, now I've used the little deco, what is it, the deco rectangles. I love these. I think they're very cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this down first. First, I'm going to see how I want it. So, yep, I think that's how I want it. So I'm going to flip that over. And I'm just going to put a little, my adhesive, because I'm going to do this flat like that. Now with this one, I am going to actually take mini dimensionals, and we're going to pop it up. So we're going to do this, and we're going to pop this one up. And I'm going to now go over to this side with it so that it's covering the whole entire thing, okay? We're going to use dimensionals for the back of this. And I'm getting near the end of my dimensionals. I feel like I'm going to have to get some more of those too. We're going to put the boat like that. Now, let's go ahead and put him flat. I am not going to put adhesive behind his head though, only his body, because I'm going to, oops, I'm going to tuck him under here like this so that we're covering up his feet. And I kind of want him tucked a little bit more. I should have put him down a little bit more. There we go. See how his head's going to overlap on that? And that's fine. Now let's go ahead and put our adhesive on the back. I know these cards have a lot of pieces, but once you actually die cut the pieces out, it's not that bad. Okay, so again, with this little eye thing, see, I'm going to use this pencil. Maybe it's just because I have a hard time seeing in the needle, but I know I'm not the only one. I just find that the pencil is a lot easier, or this little glue pen. All right, so we're going to do that. And I do have, which I don't know where it went. There it is. This little thing. So I'm going to put a little circle here. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to, I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm all the way down in the basement. My dog's going crazy right now. We're going to put the little buoy like that. Perfect. Now we're going to flip this over, and we are going to pop this up with dimensionals. Let me grab another sheet here. We're going to pop that up like that, like so. And then we're going to put our card here. And you know what I should have done before I put this all together? Wow, I'm batting 1,000 today. I should have put the stamp set first so it's flat. Now I'm going to be stamping on something that I've already put down with dimensionals on top of that, but I'm sure all of you have been in that same situation before. So we're going to hope for the best. Oh, and it worked. Woo! Close call. Usually I would do that when it's flat, but there we go. Super cute. All right, so on to our third card. This is our bonus card because I normally only do 2, but I couldn't pick 2 hippos. All right, so this time we're using the light smoky slate as our card base. And again, we still have 2 pieces that measure at 4 by 5 1/4. We have our first layer of soft saffron and then our inside basic white. So let's put our inside in there. I will be very honest with you. I cannot stand it when there's no white or very vanilla inside in there. Even if it's a lighter color like this light smoky slate. I mean, technically, if you wrote on it, oh, what's going on here? Oh, no. Okay, I don't have it in me to grab a different one, so we're just going to do this. I'll fix that later. I always prefer to have another layer in here, either white or very vanilla. For one, it makes the card a little bit more sturdier, but I think it looks better than opening it up and writing on just gray. That, again, is just my personal preference. All right, so the designer series paper is 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to do that. Again, we have another one of these little guys. And then I have this little piece here that I just cut into a banner using my Pick a Tool punch. But then I ran it through to give it some texture. I ran it through my gingham embossing folder. So we have that. Now, before we put this on, let's stamp. Let's stamp You're Always on Point. This way I can at least show you the right way to do it, not just the wrong way to do it. There, we stamped. Woohoo! We stamped before, we're going to put that on. So now I'm going to flip this over. I am going to use dimensionals to pop this up. And I'm also going to use dimensionals to pop up the hippo. This one's kind of an easy, fun card. So I'm literally just going to put this over to the left side of the card. But I want to make sure that I leave some room here so that you can see the designer series paper. And I'm going to take this little piece here and I'm just literally going to tuck it under there like that. Okay. Now I'm going to place dimensionals behind my little hippo girl here. And we're going to place her right there. Going to use mini glue dots to place my bow, which I made this bow a little bit wider, and I'm just going to set that there like that. And then we have one more thing left to do. We have our Wink of Stella, and we are going to put some glitter on her tutu and on her little ballet shoes, because she definitely needs some glitter. All right, that is it, guys. Here are the cards that we made today. I hope that you guys enjoy these cards. I hope you have these hippos already. If you do not, you can head right over to amandasinspirationstation.com. You can place your order there. Remember, if you don't have them, you will need to spend $100, which would be your subtotal, to purchase, or to not purchase, $100 of product to purchase in order to get both of these for free. Now, if you want to bump up your order to $150 to get the paper for free, you could always add on your ray of light. You could always add on the Stamparatus. There's tons of stuff you can add on. Don't forget the link below. I have the Quickie Glue pen down there on that link if you want to use that. All right. I will see you guys next week for our weekly Wednesday, and we're going to be doing some Christmas cards. So we'll be doing some fun stuff out of the July through August mini. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.